Suburban Sentinel here, taking my afternoon coffee out with the wildlife in the backyard. I cannot believe this weather. We have had so much rain, and it's the middle of June, and I still have the heat on inside the house. But everybody complains about the weather, but nobody's doing anything about it. Anyway, this afternoon I want to talk a little bit about business. Specifically, I guess if you wanted to categorize this would fall under buying strategies. And the topic today is being a preferred customer, or that is being a preferred customer of another business as either a consumer or a business customer. First of all, what is a preferred customer? Well, most businesses consider a customer who spends an outsized amount of money with that business, or some person or entity responsible for a significant portion of that business's profits, is considered to be a golden or preferred customer. Certainly, I don't dispute that traditional definition of a preferred customer, but I believe it's also appropriate to expand upon it. A preferred customer of a business does not necessarily have to contribute a certain amount in profits or revenue. It can be someone who gets favorable treatment that the owners of the business or its managers don't even know about. If the customer's interface with the company is by way of only rank and file employees, the customer may not even be on management's radar. For example, I'm sure the senior staff at United Parcel Service wouldn't recognize the name of our business and certainly wouldn't know my name, but you can bet the UPS driver on our route knows our business, knows our names, and probably knows more about us than he should. Because the driver on our route treats us so well, I feel like we are a preferred customer, even though the company would never know it. Next issue. Why would anybody want to be a preferred customer of some business? Well, there are a lot of reasons. The first, and in my opinion most important of which, is that in general it's the right thing to do. For reasons I really cannot explain, it seems that today people are extremely ungrateful for anything or anybody, especially in business. Many businesses believe that it is their right and duty to shit on their employees, and some businesses believe that it is appropriate to treat their employees like yesterday's trash. In addition, many customers, particularly consumer customers, believe it is their right and duty to shit on the company's employees as well. Time and time again, I see people who think just because they're spending a few dollars with a business, that entitles them to a license to act like an asshole. So I think it's important to counterbalance the asshats of the world. Here's one of the turkeys. I can't tell which one it is. Just came into frame. Where was I? It's important to counterbalance the behavior of some of the asshats in the world with some general consideration and human kindness. The second reason I believe that you'd want to be a preferred customer is that in general you can get better service. I think a lot of people forget that business is a give and take relationship or transaction. At least in a theoretical model of capitalism, you give more, you get more. If one side or the other is giving more in relation to the other side getting, the transaction or the relationship is out of balance, and one side or the other will go somewhere else. So for example, I am very, very good to our local UPS driver. If he consistently lost our packages, damaged them, destroyed them, whatever, guess what? Hello, FedEx. There's Wendell and Waldo checking out what's going on here. Another reason to become a preferred customer is that on certain occasions, your preferred customer status can really be a big benefit and get you as the customer out of a jam. I don't try to be a preferred customer just for that reason, of course, but I have had situations where a business that I was particularly loyal to has really come through for me when the chips were down, even though I did not request that they do anything. I'll give you a pretty hysterical example of how being a preferred customer can really be an asset. We have been using the same dog kennel every time we go out of town for years. And we treat the owners of this dog kennel like gold because they treat our dogs like gold. I guess this was going back 8 or 9 years ago. My wife and I were headed out of town on some trip or other, and the night before, my wife lost one of her prized diamond earrings. Our youngest dog at the time was just a puppy, and I kept asking my wife if she thought the dog had anything to do with this mysterious disappearance, and my wife assured me that the dog had nothing to do with it. Well, naturally, my wife was very upset about losing one of her, of the pair of the diamonds and the diamond earrings. And I was kind of tweaked because now we were going to have to go through insurance and deductibles and claims and all that crap and try to match it or whatever you do when you lose a valuable piece of jewelry. So anyway, the afternoon before we were supposed to leave, I called my insurance agent to get that paperwork started. And I took the dog to the kennel because the dog was staying home. And the gal who runs the kennel said, "You look kind of stressed." So I told her the story about the diamond earring and all this craziness. And we took off and went on our trip. I guess we were about the third or maybe the fourth day into the trip. We got out of Timbuktu and we were in a place where we had cell service. And my wife goes to check her messages, and there's a message from Cynthia, the gal who runs the kennel. And she's screaming, "I found it! I found it!" Without any prompting or asking on my part, Cynthia was suspicious of this missing diamond, and she decided to save the dog's poop and go through it on her own accord. Lo and behold, on the third or fourth day, out comes the diamond earring, perfectly intact. Needless to say, an ordinary customer would not expect that kind of service. Even as an extraordinary customer, I did not expect her to do that, but she did. Of course, we were extremely grateful for the effort, and I wanted to show our gratitude. Our deductible for the homeowner's insurance with the jewelry endorsement was $500. In addition to paying the kennel bill, I cut her a check for half of the deductible that I would have paid, so she got an extra $250. My wife was at peace, which meant I was at peace. So Cynthia got an extra $250. I saved a lot of aggravation and some money. Everybody was happy. And now I get to say to my wife, whenever she puts those things on, "Are you wearing those shitty earrings again?" So it's time to wrap this up. I'll talk more about preferred customer status in future videos. On behalf of myself, the turkeys, the squirrels, the chipmunks, and anyone else out here, this is the Suburban Sentinel. Thanks for watching. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you like what you see. Questions and enlightening comments are always welcome. Be safe, everybody.